What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Upside Down Rewatch, Stranger Things, Season 4, Episode 4, and we are discussing Dear Billy today. Before I bring everybody on, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share out the stream as well to your fellow Stranger Things fans. And with all of that out of the way, let's get started. I'm going to bring everybody in. Toxic, Sketch, Tootie, Zaxx. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hello.
Welcome. We're here. We're finally here. Episode 4.
We've made it.
We've made it.
Good. So good.
I was talking to somebody on Twitter about season 4, and we were discussing the fact that season 4, it's known that season 3 was not really well loved, and season 4 is what brought a lot of fans back to the franchise. And to me, season 4 falls more in line with season 1.
No, I agree strongly.
Yeah. For all the right reasons too, I think.
Yes.
I came across an interesting video the other day talking about how season 2 is underappreciated for setting up, like planting a lot of the seeds that didn't end up blooming until at least season 4. And I think this is a prime example of that in action.
And yeah, because Toonie, didn't you say in our chat, you kind of have to watch 2 and 3 to understand Max's background to really get the depths of this episode?
Yeah, I said that, and this is the thing that you can really kind of say this about every poorly written piece of media, like Iron Man 3, for example, is you can do something good with something later on, but that doesn't mean that the thing that came before it is good. If anything, that's just the annoying thing about the good piece of media that retroactively now you have to watch season 2 and 3 to really get the history for the payoff in this episode. Because this episode is really good for the reasons that we're going to get into. But I think it was said previously that you could, for the most part, just skip season 1. No, season 1. You can go from season 1 straight to 4. I think someone said that, because they're the best seasons. A lot of season 2 and 3 are just kind of filler.
I feel season 2 is the consequences of season 1. There's that one-off episode that everybody doesn't like, but I feel 2 kind of plays off 1. It's not stronger than season 1, and I feel like 3 is this. I'm sorry, Sketch, but this redheaded stepchild. It has good moments.
Look, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. Let me put it like this. I would say yes, you can skip through 2 and 3. I'd say it's probably better to just spark notes the events of season 2 and then jump to 3. Like if you're gonna skip anyone, it's gonna be 3. I just think 3 does everything 2 wanted to do just a little bit better, but
yeah,
if you're for the purposes of following along, speed run through 2 just so you know a little bit about who everyone is. I will say though, compared to the Iron Man 3 comparison with it being being a movie, this is kind of the nice thing about TV is they have a lot more time to kind of just change course and kind of correct the ship when it comes to some things that didn't quite work out as well as they wanted.
Do you remember how you felt watching the kids run through the mall away from the Russians and the sort of the Keystone cops bumbling around, no tension whatsoever? You did not think any character was ever in danger, nothing. And compare that with this, and it's I felt all the stakes for everybody across the board. I remember watching this the first time through and thinking okay, well, these guys they're gonna die. There's no way, especially with the Great Escape multiple times, that that's it then. There's really nothing else you can do. Everyone is down, and I love that. And just the change to those stakes again makes this show come alive to me.
I agree, Zaxx. I really, the first watch through before it got to the end of the episode, I turned to Chris and I was like, Max is gonna die.
Yeah,
I'm surprised because, and not surprised. I was like, okay, it kind of makes sense, right? Because there's a major death almost in every season of not an important character, but important enough. So we have Barb first, we get Billy, potentially Eddie. I'm not knocking on wood. Yes, Toxic. I know he's dead. And
6 minutes 30 seconds, new record.
If they were to, in a sense, KO anybody off the main cast, Max would make sense the most, as she's not part of the original crew.
Yeah,
I will say this episode made me like Max even more. The
me
character,
too.
A lot.
I'm sold on this show. From here on, they pulled me back, which is why I keep bringing it up, because I just didn't like season 3 at all, and the same people, same writers, right? Nothing changed.
They have a few new writers for this season specifically. I think one of them, I think I brought them up last time we were here. Her name is Caitlin Shanahan, I think, something along those lines. But she's like a staff writer on all 9 episodes this season.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. I believe you're right. Yeah. Writers. Not for this one. The only writers are Matt Duffer, Ross Duffer, and Paul Ditcher. But that could just be the lead 3 writers.
I think that might be the lead 3 because she's classified as a staff writer. I think she was also primarily credited with the 3rd episode.
Oh, Caitlin yeah, I got you.
You see
I found her. Yeah,
her name pops up every single time this season. So they clearly did a little bit of reworking behind the scenes on their production crew. But also, this is another Sean Levy directed episode.
Yes.
So he's definitely back in the driver's seat a lot more this time around.
And I don't know if you guys have followed any Stranger Things news and such, but the Duffer Brothers have been posting about season 5, episode 4, Sorcerer, and kind of leaving little breadcrumbs and hints that this is also a very important episode of the first volume. With this being an important episode.
Ooh, maybe it'll be the episode where that one character comes back, huh? Am I right? That one character will come back?
That's season 5, episode 6. You're wrong. Sorry.
See, episode 4 is the one where Barb comes back.
Yeah.
Hashtag justice for Barb.
Yes.
Hashtag in Bob we trust.
In Bob. Let me say hi to the chat. Zaxx saying, hate stranger people. Sketch Kate. I was just listening to this before you guys popped in too.
Everyone's got that song.
That's right.
This won't be better than a xenomorph eating you. Yeah. Yeah, those are pretty intense.
I was so disappointed to find out that apparently Alien Isolation isn't connected to your it doesn't listen to your mic on PC. I'm like, wait, but it doesn't.
5.
Well, it does at Xbox apparently as well because the option's there. But I just out of Twitter, which idiot got out of bed and made that decision and then went back to bed the same day? Like, what? How dare they? What?
I don't need a xenomorph to hear me. It finds me otherwise. There's another clip I pulled from that stream where I was opening a door and I could hear it behind me and I just accepted fate and it stabbed me with its tail and threw me and stuff. So I was, and you could see my face. I let go of the controller. I just accepted fate because there's no way to get out of it. No way to get out of it. So for you, Blue, let me see.
Babysitter. Always the goddamn babies.
Hi, Sherry.
What's up, Alex? The Duffers absolutely cooked for this episode. Yes, they did. AJ.
Well, people.
And then we have the lovely Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi.
Here, I'll leave this up for you guys for
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there an airplane going
but I
over
can
your house or
appreciate.
something? Like, because I can hear some deep rumbling.
I keep hearing it too.
Okay, yeah, there's a lightning storm going on here. I'm going to try my best to keep it from showing up.
No, it's fine because it's very ominous, but
cool, actually.
See, this is the Stranger Things reboot. I'm the new Max, and instead of a clock, it's thunder.
Yeah.
They don't even have to change the name of the character. It fits.
If the lights start flickering, just turn them off.
Chrissy, wake up.
Shall we get into the episode?
Let's
get started. So, the synopsis. As Max faces a terrifying that she is Vecna's next victim, she prepares for her death by writing farewell letters, visiting her brother's Billy's grave. Meanwhile, Nancy and Robin uncover the tragic past of Victor Creel, whose story provided a key to surviving Vecna. At Billy's grave, Max is pulled into Vecna's nightmare, but her friends save her with the power of music. Elsewhere, Hopper endures torment in the Russian prison. Joyce and Murray are betrayed by Yuri, and the California kids flee the military ambush with the help of Argyle. Now, normally, I usually bring the episode up and we walk through it. Instead, this time, because this episode's over an hour long, I broke it into slides for storyline. So we're going to go a little bit out of order. We're going to talk about California first, because there's not much to talk about. There's some, but it's not the biggest point of it. We'll talk a little bit about Russia. Then we'll get into Victor Creel, and then we'll get into Max. Max will be held for last because That's the biggest part of this episode. So with that, I'm going to share this. Let me bring everybody. I think there's 5 of us. There we go. So we have California. So California's, I don't feel like there's much to here. The Dr. Owens military people like talk to the boys and tell them like, hey, Elle is basically being trained to save the world. I'm using this as very like hyperbolic on this. Training to save the world. You just sit tight. Don't tell anybody because there's other people in the military that are out to look for her too. And these are bad people. So they put 2 guards there to make sure the kids don't leave. While behind these 2 guys' back, the kids plan that basically like there's nobody else that can save the world except for them, as it goes with every season.
I do like that he goes out of his way to actually inform them of what's going on with Elle. I do like that. He doesn't leave them in the dark. I mean, obviously he can't tell them like everything, but he does. It's like he didn't strictly have to because he's already convinced Elle like to help him, you know, to join him in his side. But he didn't have to go out of his way to tell them. He chose to. And I do think that's interesting. I do like that.
Yeah. Cass, who's your dad? Dude,
That's
that's
me.
my dad. Oh, okay. I was just like, is there somebody on screen? Okay.
I hope it's not me,
You never know.
right?
Well, I would hope you would know. I would hope you would know.
I would.
So there is a tender moment here between Mike and Will where Mike realizes that maybe he's been a shitty friend to Will this whole entire time. More concerned about Elle's. Well, I guess it's not a shitty friend, but I mean, he has a girlfriend. So obviously he's going to be way more concerned with his girlfriend than his friend. But basically telling him that, you know, Hawkins is not the same with him and Elle in California. It's not, you know, everybody kind of has their lives, but it's still not the same without him. And I thought this was very nice. I thought this was very much a bromance going on. What's up, Rio? I'm not a boy. I can't relate. Gentlemen.
I appreciate the little there's a little subtle jab with the card that they hand to Mike. It's signed from Elle and not Love Elle.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's not letting him live that one down.
It's all right. I have not liked Mike at all in the last 2-3 seasons, to be honest. First season I did, and he supposedly is going to be taking a leadership role in season 5, so I'll be interested to see how that plays out.
Yeah, this is not a talk that I've ever had with a friend, so I don't know. Like, this is not a standard like boy talk. It's not like so. Maybe there are boys that have these kinds of conversations, but I don't know them.
Anybody else?
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but
I feel like this is the conversation because Chris's best friend is in town. He went to go pick him up at the airport today, and I feel this is what Chris and what his friend would be like. Well, you know, I asked them if they were going to make out.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah.
And
so the
But
boys,
did they?
no,
don't leave me hanging.
no, they didn't. They didn't. My husband is probably the most masculine man I've ever met. So.
He's pretty damn masculine.
Not in the Netflix adaptation of his biography. It's not.
He's like, Sketch tried to get me to watch Blade Runner. Nah, man, don't even. I know, like no. He is at worse than me. So the boys come up with a plan that they're going to order pizza and then use Argyle as a way to kind of escape under the radar for to basically go help Elle and save the world. And this happens as the supposedly pizza is being delivered. They're ambushed by, I guess, the military would be correct. The other guys, like some kind of Secret Service military. The bad guys.
No, they're regular
bad guys.
Mercenaries. Sounds
no,
cool.
That's the funny thing about this. By the way, I have the clip down below. It's like a minute and a half, so I don't know how much you want to get away with, but no, they're the regular. They're regular army. They are. I
think
they're just regular soldiers.
Yeah.
In fact, the sad thing is these soldiers think that these guys and the kids are they think these guys are like trafficking these kids, so that they're being told that these are the bad guys. So really, it's good guys against good guys here, which is really sad. And
Mm.
kind of like The Rock, where the Navy will get killed by the Marines. You might want to mute the volume. So you
Yeah.
don't get in
Oh
trouble.
yeah.
There we go.
Definitely.
But I got to tell you, man, this scene is, dude, this guy Harmon, Agent Harmon, he took that shit with his partner getting killed personally, and he goes to town on these guys. These is like a whole squad of infantry or military police soldiers. I don't know which one they are because I can't see their uniform up close. But this dude with one pistol taking on a squad of fully armed soldiers is incredible.
Especially with the pot belly that this guy has on him.
So
hey, listen, some of us pot belly guys still know what we're doing. Calm down.
Can we call him Thick Wick from now on?
Thick Wick, yes.
I love Thick Wick.
There we go.
Wick, let's go.
Tell you do.
Yeah, I watched this again, just like you guys. I forgot that this scene was in this episode. Most people remember this episode for what happened with Max.
Right.
And I forgot how this episode's pretty dark. There's a lot of
It
dark, especially you go from this to Victor Creel's background story to Max. Mm-hmm.
Were they going to kill the kids or just grab them?
I mean, I think we're supposed.
I feel
to
like they're shooting. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Timmy.
I was gonna say, I think optimistically we're supposed to believe. See, assuming that they're supposed to be actual military, I would say that they were probably going to grab the kids. But my initial take on the scene was that they were some kind of mercenaries in military uniform, like private military, and that they were there.
No, they're No, they're 100% military. Like, because otherwise they wouldn't even bother wearing that stuff. So, dude, this guy is such a freaking Chad. I swear to God.
He is.
If I have any nitpicks at all, it's the fact that he's shooting the gun dry, which when I taught 9mm at Fort Bragg, you never shoot your weapon dry. You count the rounds backwards until you get to the last round, and when you have the last round in the chamber, you throw an extra mag in there, so you don't have to, so it doesn't lock back. Because when the slide locks back, you lose about a half of a second, and in a gunfight that could mean your life. And in fact, in this it does, because he catches a stray on a reload and movement, but everything else he does is perfect textbook cover. So he's probably some ex-Secret Service guy or something like that. The way he protects the kids and gets the kids out of there and lays down fire. If his partner hadn't gotten popped, I think those soldiers would have been in for it. I don't think but unfortunately the kids do get these guys killed. You realize that, right? Because they almost certainly had the phone tapped, heard about the pizza, and was like, hey, this will be a good way to breach. They think a pizza's coming, so let's go breach.
Is that headcanon about the army thinking that they're trafficking these kids? Is that
I read it today. Well, I guess
that's a new one. That's a new one to me. I've never heard that angle before.
It's
to answer
open
your
to
question,
debate.
Toxic, earlier, I honestly think they probably would have KO'd the kids because they're shooting right now.
They are shooting pretty wildly to do an extraction. They're shooting pretty. Now, again, they may not have expected this level of resistance from this overweight, ex-agent that's chilling. But I mean,
badass.
Thick Wick
here.
Yeah,
I think it's a combination of him being really good at his job and him kind of being antsy to do something, and the fact that they killed his partner, and the fact that he thought a pizza was coming, so he's probably a little hangry, and it was like, we're on top of this, I'm not getting my pizza.
The worst of it all, I didn't get my damn pizza.
But I mean,
technically, there's pizza. Argyle's delivering pizza. You didn't bring the pizza so there's pizza in that truck, in that van.
Yeah, but he's not going to get. He doesn't get to have it. He's going to bleed.
Bleeds out before he gets it.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, he probably looked at the pizza and looked at Argyle talking about how he believes pineapple goes on pizza. I was like, I think I'd rather die.
Pineapple does go on pizza on certain
pizzas. Does not.
On certain pizzas. Anchovies and pineapple are so good.
Whoa. What?
Kick Nadia.
Good.
Kick Nadia.
Get out.
What? It's my own show.
Kick her out.
Kick Nadia.
They're gone.
All right,
no, man.
Restart the stream on Tooney's channel.
Anchovies and pizza and pineapple on pizza.
Oh, hell no.
Yes. I love anchovies on pizza. It's so
interesting.
Well, fair enough.
Next thing you're going to tell me you've never seen Blade Runner before this week.
I have seen Blade Runner before this week. Oh my God. I was sick when I saw it for the first time. I hated it. I thought it was a snooze fest. I'm willing to watch it again, but I think I'm going to watch 2049 first I want to see if I'll like that. But yeah,
Considering what happens in this episode, it's so dense with plot, and it's got these two. I think these are two of the best scenes in the entire series. And I'm actually not as annoyed at Argyle as I usually am with this because, I mean,
oh, he's sobered up pretty quick. When he's
yeah. Usually I'm pretty annoyed with him, but in this one I'm just like, okay, because he was being a bro. He was coming in because I think he knew he was helping them slide out of there. So that was pretty cool all by itself. And then on top of everything else, the fact, a lot of people would have froze up, and then I know they had to yell at him to get him going, but still, it's
to be fair, he is a Californian. He's not used to seeing guns.
Sure.
Right.
I do love his line. Why does that guy have a gun?
Right.
I just want to.
The agent in the back was like, "Drive!" The second time.
He's bleeding from his chest. I was gonna say, I just really appreciate this. It's just like a one take of the whole action inside the house. I thought it was very well choreographed.
Oh, it was so good. Man, they really did a great job with it.
I get they must have had like an army supervisor like on the set, like working with the cinematographer to be like, okay, how would this actually play out and how can we make our camera work around it? And they totally like did their research on this and it paid off.
Yeah. You gotta love it when that happens. It's just that ounce of realism. Like it's more important than a lot of people give it credit for. I'm sick of hearing that, oh, it's just a fiction TV show, and it's like, but the best ones are the ones that you can see actually happening. Within reason.
It's one of the reasons I love the show so much. Yes, there's a lot of fantasy, sci-fi, horror. There's a lot of things out there, but there is, like you said, some realism to it.
Yeah, but the people act real. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the monsters and everything aren't real, but the people are. That's the thing that I like about well written fiction.
And that's how you buy in. You believe in the characters and their peril. And so you're in the story now. You're not. It's not silly and
because the whole point. Go on.
I was gonna say, someone correct me if I'm wrong here, but there wasn't a soundtrack underneath this. It was all diegetic, just gunshots the whole way through. So like, it's another case of just like the restraint. Like they knew this was not going to be a scene. They want music or like a needle drop under. If this was like an Adi Shankar animation, there'd be some Green Day song playing underneath this, and it would kill the whole thing.
Yeah.
When I was reading the comments for this scene, when I downloaded the clip, I think somebody said something. He was like, he was in the middle of eating popcorn, and like this, the other agent gets double tapped, and he just like literally dropped his popcorn and was like, "Whoa, where did this scene come from?" Like out of nowhere.
Because we're used to these scenes with Hopper. That's what we're used to. The more action, scenes are with Hopper, and this is Hopper's not in this one. So I think this is probably the first time we've seen gunfire without Hopper somewhat involved in it.
Good point.
Yeah.
Alex brought up a good point. This is what I was talking about earlier, that next season's episode 4 is apparently caliber to this one. So I'm very excited to see what that episode's going to be. Okay. So that is the California storyline. It really, honestly, it ends here with the kids being driven away. We don't get the next bit of this until the next episode. So, anybody have any additional to say about this before we move on to Russia?
This guy's bleeding onto the pizza.
The pizza's right there next to him.
It's just a great. It really caught me. I didn't spill popcorn or nothing, but this really caught me by surprise. It was very well done. The great subversion of expectation, because you think it's just two agent automatons watching the kids having a boring duty, and you think it's Argyle coming up to scam and they're going to jump out the window, and you think it's one thing, and then it just completely, the soldier shows up with a suppressed pistol and kills the first guy, and then it goes from 0 to 60 so fast that you almost can't even catch your breath, and you're just trying to it accomplishes what a lot of shows have a hard time accomplishing. What another show I won't mention that we reviewed yesterday, what they have so much trouble keeping you compelled, and you almost you're in the thick of it because you're as shocked as these kids are. You're right there with them going, holy crap, these guys are surrounding it and spraying the house down with M16 fire, and this fucking total fat Chad, Thick Wick is laying shit down like a freaking pro, and gets the kids, because without him, those kids were either dead or captured.
Oh yeah,
there's no ambiguity there for sure. I like to think captured, but I don't know, man. I kind of agree with Nadia. It looked pretty. I think they were gonna just wipe everybody out.
Or at minimum, they take one of them back alive.
Sure, but
'Cause
yeah,
they probably
great
thought
scene.
at least Joyce was at the house too. They probably thought so. They probably going to
Yeah.
take out the whole family.
No, good point. Yeah, I didn't think of
Mm.
that actually until you just said that. But yeah, no, great. All of it's just awesome. I like the fact that the female agent, before she leaves, does take the time. I think somebody else said, it was cool that she took the time to explain, because she could have just been like, sit here, we're in control, blah, blah, blah. I mean, the kid still decided to be stupid, but she did at least attempt and just be like, listen, we got to protect you so that your friend can work on her powers. And so your other friends are not in jeopardy. Like, this is how we've got to do this. And she explained it as best she could. But, kids are going to be, they've been the heroes for 3 seasons, so they're not going to be not.
They're not like they're not like Lucas sitting on the bench the whole season.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, damn.
I'm
All right.
Yowzers.
taking the
Yowzers.
All right, we're going to move on to Russia. Russia is the other small storyline happening. I don't think it's a small storyline, but it is. It's not as big. So, Joyce and Murray finally make it to Alaska to Yuri's fishing in, I forgot what it was called, but basically the dude that's going to do the transfer. They gave him $40,000. He's going to go and get Hopper, bring Hopper back. That's the plan. Hopper's still in Russian prison. Needless to say, Yuri does betray them, but this point in the episode shows that Hopper takes out a couple of guards. He actually pulls off his chains off his feet, which was very hard to watch for me. I was watching him slide those things off, and escapes the prison to a nearby, I guess that's a church, correct?
Yeah.
That
Looks
they
like a
have like
church.
everything kind of stored in, where they have counterfeit items, right? Like illegal items. from
Smuggled
Russia.
goods.
Smuggled goods of Levi's and Jiffy
Mhm.
peanut butter.
Contraband is the word you're
There
looking
you
for.
There you go.
That's what I was looking
Yeah.
for. Thank you.
Yep.
I thought this was great. I actually kind of like that it was a small part in this episode, and that we didn't spend a whole episode on Hopper's escape from this prison. It was pretty quick and done.
Yeah.
Well, it was only just,
Yeah.
it was just one fight scene. Do you know what I mean? It didn't need to be like a whole thing, because
Yeah.
we've already seen bits and pieces of his like escape plan throughout the season so far. So
Yeah.
I feel like if you bunched up all of the scenes into one, you could probably get like a good 40 something minutes out of the whole thing. So, but I mean, yeah, just a couple of scenes spread across the season didn't hurt nobody.
What Dooney said. Exactly.
I agree. I will say though, it is kind of surprising that they let the John Wick style fight scene go to Thickwick instead of Hopper.
Well, I don't think
Yeah.
Hopper could pull that off with the state of his body and his feet and all this stuff is in.
Right.
I'm
No.
surprised he was able to pull off hitting those 2 guards and taking those 2 guards off with the state that he's in.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess-
luckily they were one at a time, weren't they? They didn't see him coming. I think it was the idea because didn't he?
Mhm.
He ran off. Didn't he pretend like he was going for a break or something, and then he ran into the hut.
Well, he broke the pickaxe on purpose so that
Oh,
he
yeah.
would have to go get a new
Mhm.
tool from the tool shed.
Yeah. Again, like I said, I'm very glad that it wasn't a full episode. I think they could have really lagged if they expanded upon this. I like that his story is just a thread throughout the season. Because honestly, once he escapes Russia, he comes back to Hawkins. That he's not part of the end fight or the fight up against Vecna. He's just there at the end for 11 to realize her dad's still alive.
I'm gonna push back against that a little bit. Actually, he is in the fight against Vecna. He's just it's all. Do you want to wait? Well, you know what? We'll wait till we get to that episode, and I'll explain
Okay.
it better.
I see. I know where he's going with this, but yeah, I see it.
But, hey, I'm happy to be wrong about it, but I don't think he's
Well, there's no
as
right or
big of a
wrong.
player. I don't think he's
Sure.
a big of a player as the other groups are.
I
You
mean,
know,
I
we've got
agree.
You're
with that. I
right.
agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Yeah.
and Hawkins. So maybe I'm just saying what I'm saying about it.
I gotta admit,
that-
I was kind of when we were getting started this season. I was trying to remember all the big plot beats, and I was struggling to remind myself how he ends up being captured again. I'm like, oh yeah, I totally forgot that this whole little twist had happened.
Oh, the Yuri betrayal?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I just ruined that for Toonie. I'm sorry, Toonie.
Yeah.
He saw the
Yeah,
episode. He knows it's there.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
fine.
you know, he's
I
not a
do-
good. He's a little shifty. You know that.
Yeah, I do watch the episode before we review.
did his
That's
Spoiler.
true. Yes, you didn't spoil.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah,
It's not a spoiler
okay,
anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
Well, because he's
make an
trying
effort
to
to
double cross him. He's gonna
Yeah.
turn them over to the Russians, all of them, even the guard.
Yeah,
Yep.
think about that though. Imagine if this all was one episode, like all the Hopper scenes. This is our first. This is when we saw him for real, and then we get through the entire episode. He just gets recaptured at the end. You'd want to punch something.
True.
Like we've just spent
Yeah.
like 50 minutes watching this whole story just to find out. Oh, he gets back in jail. We could have fast forwarded that in 5 minutes.
I will say
Yeah.
when he took a bite of that peanut butter, it did look satisfying.
Yep.
I had a little note written down. There's like, what's the most valuable item of contraband in Soviet Russia at this time? Gun ammunition? No. Warm clothes? No. Money? No. Giffy peanut butter? Hell yeah.
Yeah. But I will say when he dipped his fingers in and scooped it in his mouth, I was like, dude, where has your fingers been? Like
Exactly. I
Oh.
hate watching people do that. So gross.
Yeah, I mean,
So
in his
gross.
position, you know, it's one of those beggars can't be choosers things. But like,
I get it,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
still
I don't have to like it though.
no, of
Yeah.
course not. But like, I mean, it was very like disgusting to watch, but at the same time, it was satisfying to see that he finally got. It was satisfying to know that he'd finally gotten like some good food.
all you gotta do is the foil part that they peel off, you just fold it a little bit into a spoon and scoop it out and eat it. There you go.
Yeah, or yeah,
I'm
I was
just
gonna
saying
say-
it's
yeah.
It's fine.
Listen, you're stranded in Soviet Russia in the freezing cold. Okay, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
It's
got a-
Soviet
he's got a half-
Russia, peanut butter eat you.
Oh no.
He should
Listen,
be dead.
He's got
So-
he's got a half broken ankle. Okay, what do you want
Yeah.
from him?
Yeah. Okay. All right. That is pretty much Russia. There's not, again, it expands as the season goes. Any negative, stick your tongue as far as possible in the peanut butter. I like it.
There you go. What's up,
There it
buddy?
is.
Any additional on Russia before we get into
I
the
do.
real story?
I want to
Yep, go
know
ahead, Scott.
how did everyone feel about Yuri and his introduction?
He's
Did-
hilarious. He's hilarious.
Go- okay,
like
I'm-
like a typical comedic, like I don't know. It felt very much a character, like a I don't know how to say this.
Caricature.
Caricature.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Caricature.
Very tropey.
Caricature.
Very
Yeah,
very
very
tropey.
He's the goofy Russian guy. He's the
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
meeting Americans for the first time or something like that. Like, yeah.
Now, you guys need to tell me if I'm just way off base on this one, but on the rewatch, I actually sat there and realized, you know who his character reminds me of if he was done well? It's Benicio del Toro's character from The Last
Last
Jedi.
Jedi. I knew it
Oh,
was
you
coming.
knew it.
Oh,
You thought?
I
Did you
knew
think
it
it
coming.
too? Did you think it too?
No, it's just when you said Benicio del Toro, I was like, I know it's
Yeah,
going.
you know exactly what. It's like, doesn't this just seem like it's cut from the same cloth, but it's actually done correct here? Am I the only one
Yeah.
who thought that?
Need a lift.
Yeah.
That's what he says in the movie. I don't know if
The
anyone
whole
remembers that.
with the whole like just like he sold him out. It's like, okay, but here it's actually like move the plot. It's actually going to move the plot along. It didn't just reset everything to back
Yeah.
to square one.
Yeah, the Last
Then he
Jedi.
makes
The pretend. Go on.
That's good. He makes his exposition phone call. That's all that was, right? To tell us
Yeah.
what's happening, right? Like it just the only reason to make that call is to tell us. There's no reason to call the guy at the prison and say, "But I got you" with his villain monologue. So I know why they did that, and it worked for me. It was fine, but yeah, there's no reason to call that guy.
Well, I mean, because it's like
For
he
Enzo.
doesn't expect to ever see him again, so he's just bragging to him. It's because it just makes him feel better to brag about it. I don't not buy that. I mean, at least with this, they don't try to make you believe like he's some kind of altruistic guy. He is in it for the money. So when the way the betrayal happens, you believe it. You're like, oh, the guy's probably making like 3 times as much money. You're like, it's like
Pretty smart.
you know. Yeah, it's like whereas Benicio del Toro in The Last Jedi, they try to make out like he's he's the fence sitter. He's the guy who dislikes the war machine. He's not on either side. And then it's not on either side, but he does kind of have like a soft spot for people who've lost something, and then literally just the first opportunity is like, yeah, I'll take some money to rat out my friends.
Yeah.
Like, what have we just spent half the movie on? Like, why?
It's a better deal for Yuri.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he says.
Do you guys think this is the top-rated episode of the season?
Yes.
Slightly. Yes, but not by a lot.
So it is the second top-rated episode.
Yeah.
What do you think is the first one?
The final one.
Finale, probably.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, the
Nope.
second. No,
What?
I know it is. It's the is it the seventh or eighth
Seventh.
episode? It's called the
Seventh-
Murder at
seventh.
Hawkins Lab.
The massacre at Hawkins Lab.
Yep.
Yeah. That is
Okay.
the top-rated one. On IMDb, it's got a 9.6. This has a 9.5, and then the finale is the third one.
Yep. There you go. See.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Most of these episodes, though, the lowest they all go is 8.1. There's 3 of them that are 8.1, one's an 8.3, and then we get 9s for it. As
Solid.
opposed to, let me look at season 3.
Season 3, I think, is mostly 7s.
7,
No.
some 8s towards the end, and then the finale is like a 9.
Because I'm pretty sure when I looked at it a long time, the only episode that I've ever dips below a 7 is The Lost Sister by a considerable margin.
You're correct. But I thought that was interesting. And Toonie, you've not watched ahead, correct? You're okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
That's why I didn't want to discuss the other thing that I disagreed with you on, because it would have spoiled it.
Yeah. Toonie, spoiling it for him. Yeah. I know you allow spoiling Toonie, but to be honest, we all were,
We feel
blessed and
bad doing it. Nobody
seeing
likes
this
to
for
do
the
it.
first time. Yeah. So we want you to experience the same way.
No worries. All right. Well, I'll look forward to it then. I just tried to watch the whole season in advance, because then it's like I know that I'll have to watch it like episode by episode for the review anyway. And so it's just more, like a weekly episode thing. It's more like it's more like a serialized show.
I'll say that finale though, I watch sometimes just randomly. I'll just put it on in the background.
Oh yeah.
Just to have on. It's just
a lot
so well done.
There's a lot of shows that you've you got to do like that. Like, yeah, you've watched the whole thing, you've got the whole story, but sometimes you just got to watch that one scene or that one episode. I've done it with the Vecna scene in this episode. It's like I've watched like Max's escape.
I was watching Demon Slayer yesterday, the last episode of the last season, to prepare for the movie I'm going to see next week, and I had to rewind it a couple of times. I don't know if anybody watches Demon Slayer, but there's a part where all the demon corpse they like the ground beneath them opens up and they're submitted in basically the demons like infinity castle where there's a bunch of demons. So it's I'm like underplaying it. If you've watched the series, you understand. But yeah, I had to like watch like a couple times yesterday.
No, obviously I watched the show. I'm also kind of gearing up for it, for the Infinity Capsule. It's gonna be 3 movies, right?
I
think
all I know is the
broken up
one
into
movie.
3. Yeah.
Is
well,
it?
It's like there's
I'll be...
because it's a whole arc that they've split up into 3 different movies, is from what I understand.
Because I thought Infinity Castle is the arc altogether, and then when they put it to streaming, it'll be split in the episodes. Because they did that the same way with the Train movie, where it was one arc movie, but then when they put it to streaming, they broke it up into the episodes.
If it was going to be the whole thing, it would have played up a lot more of Tanjiro's. It would have played up more of his final confrontation with what's his face, not Michael Jackson.
I don't know anything. I don't
don't either. But we all know that that's like the end goal there.
I don't know. Chris knows the ending. Okay, we're
maybe he does.
Anyway, I think that movie's going to be my movie of the year next week.
Oh,
so we'll see. All right.
Wow.
All right. Anything else with Russia? No? Okay, let's move on to Victor Creel.
Yuri approves.
Yuri approves? Okay. So, Creel is ending via movies. Okay, whatever, Bluey. Work your 12 hours. So, with Creel, what's happening is on the Hawkins side, we have Nancy and Robin who are disguising themselves as psychology students to be able to talk to Victor Creel, who is basically the urban legend of Hawkins, a dude who murdered his family in a gruesome way and then was put behind bars, is the easiest way I could say it. So they are going to infiltrate the hospital to talk to him, to kind of figure out a connection to Vecna, in a way to save Max, who's already told the group that she's already having the visions. She's seen the clocks. She knows she's going to be his next victim. Am I missing anything before we get into it?
Not really. No, it's like the Victor Creel's murder victims match the descriptions of what the group knows about Vecna. So there's the connection there, and since Creel is the only one left alive, they want to figure out if Max has to kill her entire friends group in order to survive. You know, I wonder if that's how they're going to resolve it.
Yes. So this dude's a creep, by the way. He comes off as like he wears ladies' underwear or something. I don't know. He gives me creepy vibes. Maybe that's the way the character's supposed to be played out. But
he's more like
yeah, maybe
manager, isn't he? He's more like that uptight manager who's always breathing down your neck for no reason.
Well, I mean, this whole scene kind of plays out very Silence of the Lambs when Clarice meets Hannibal for the first time. With the walking down the hall, the whole setup for it. So it feels very much like that. So Creel, they find him. Here they are dressed up as fake students who are and Robin. You know what? This is the first episode. Robin to me was not annoying.
Yeah.
I found her not annoying. I found that she worked. I thought her bit of ADHD kind of worked with this because originally they were denied it, and she gave this like fake speech that this doctor is her hero, and you know she's always wanted to grow up to be. It worked. I was like, it's a very interesting approach instead of using sex appeal to kind of like get their way.
I mean, she has a whole little line. There's like, women in our industry aren't taken as seriously, but we want to prove ourselves.
Yeah,
she made sure to work that in there.
So they asked to see him, which, by the way, rewatching this, when they asked to meet with him privately, when the doctor goes, "I need to go check on something," that tells me the telltale right there that he knows they're fake. Like he's going to go double check because eventually it's found out. He calls the colleague that recommended them. And they're like, they don't exist.
Because in that scene, there's like this really dramatic like shot of him pulling like squinted eyes. He's like, he looks at the guard that's next to them. The guard looks back at him. Like that story didn't really add up. And he goes, he's like, "I'm going to go check with something. You, I mean, I don't know what accent that was an attempt of, but it's like, I'm going to go check with something. You have your interview."
Well, because what happened was Robin screws up the name of the professor.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And she throws him off, but it's all right. So who turns out to be Victor Creel? Robert Englund, which was, I think, a great casting choice for this.
So good.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
You didn't realize that was Robert Englund?
No.
Freddy Cougar?
Yeah, I know like Robert Englund plays, but I just didn't recognize him.
Yeah, I thought this was great. Instead of using him for a villain role or something, this. I mean, technically, I guess in the eyes of the law, he's the villain because he massacred his family. I guess.
Eyes of the law.
Allegedly.
I see what you did
there.
Eyes of the law. I didn't even mean that on purpose.
Listen, you could say that justice is blind.
Oh.
I do like the idea, by the way. Like now that you mentioned that Robert Englund's playing him, is that Vecna is also like a dream/nightmare based villain as well.
Right.
But so
stop stepping on my trivia. Stop stepping on my trivia.
By the way, Black Phone 2 is supposed to be coming out in October. That's 100% a Nightmare on Elm Street reuse.
I think it's going to be better than the first one. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but from what I've seen,
I agree. I think it's going to be better than the first one. But it's
so. I have a question
for
you, Nadia, special effects guru. So, do you think that is practical or CGI for the eyes?
So it could be two ways. It could be a full practical put on, and then there's tiny little itty bitty slits that he can kind of see through, or they put a in a sense a prosthetic that's like a green screen piece, and then digitally added the scarring.
Do you know why I'm specifically asking this? Because it's pretty notorious. Hollywood, the paraffin and all the different stuff they put on him in the early '80s really fucked up Robert Englund's skin, and he had like lifelong like horrible problems to where he pretty much refused to wear any kind of prosthetics in any other. Like, he did it for Wes Craven because he was Freddy Krueger and he used that commitment to his art, but he had like horrible damage done to his skin over time with that, because he was also in a TV show called V about aliens invading, and they had lizard, and so he was like simultaneously doing that and doing the Freddy Krueger movies and Freddy's Nightmares, the TV show, at the same time. So like his skin just got horribly messed up. So I'm wondering if they threw him a bone and did something CGI.
It's not green screen. I looked it up. It's done by makeup artist Barry Gower. It is a prosthetic, including creating the scarred and burned skin. The scarred areas, that could be, if that's not part of a prosthetic, there's this I forgot what it's called, but what it does is when you put it on skin, it tightens the skin to look like a scar. So just basically like this is your skin, and then when you lay it, it just embeds it. So it kind of, you can make scarring out of it. I've used it.
I'd imagine that the stuff you guys use nowadays is probably a lot healthier and better than what they had in the 80s.
Oh yeah. Even with the stuff, so I learned from the guys in the 80s. Those were my teachers. But even when I was in school, silicone prosthetics were starting to be the in thing versus latex, which latex prosthetics, if you've ever used them over time, when somebody mostly, they can only be really honestly worn once. I've seen where people have worn them multiple times. Taking them off is a pain in the ass, but they also smell really bad too over time because they collect the sweat. The silicone stuff is a lot lighter and a little bit more realistic, and it's easier to blend the edges around. That's when, I don't know what they were using nowadays, but that's when I was in school. The height of silicone prosthetics was like the starting to come into play for movies and stuff. But yeah, latex is, so I guess there are pinholes for him to see through. This is a complete prosthetic.
Look at that comment down at the bottom that Alexator did.
It's turn a blind eye to these questionable funds.
Well played, Alexator. Well played.
Yep.
So Victor Creel tells the story of the new house he bought in the 1950s with his wife and children, and that strange phenomena start to begin. Dead animals, objects moving, visions haunting the family, and then one night, his daughter and wife were gruesomely killed in a supernatural fashion. And what really stuck out to me that one night, oh, see it again, you can see that's really great blending, man. Looking at it. I can't even see where the edges are on this. Maybe a little bit, but I can't, yeah.
You might be able to see the very top, the big one, kind of like above his right eye. You can kind of see, I think the thing that you're talking about pinching, you can maybe see a little bit of like the edge of it. If you squint really hard, you know where to look for it, but I don't know.
Well, I'm looking at his eyebrows too. This prosthetic lays over the eyebrows. I can see a little bit of his hair through whatever they used on top of it. Look at his sad son in the background.
Yeah, look at him there.
Yeah, look at him there.
Remember this.
Notice him.
Notice him. It's going to be important. It's going to be important later.
He's of no significance whatsoever. He's just there.
Pay no attention. Yeah.
He's Vecna, isn't he?
Okay. No.
Try again.
No, that would be too easy.
He's Vecna, isn't he?
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be too easy. But he does play an important part. So
is he the mind flayer?
No.
Try again.
Chat,
two strikes.
Chat,
2 strikes,
nobody,
dude. 2 strikes.
No spoilers for past episode 4, chat. Please. No spoilers.
But
Toonie
here,
has not
Toonie.
seen past episode 4.
Toonie, I will throw you a bone here, unrelated, but little fun factoid. Vecna's actor does have a cameo as a friendly orderly in the mental hospital.
The friendly orderly? Is that what we've been to? Oh right, okay. So
he's credited. Yeah, he's credited in this. He's credited in this episode as showing up
Really?
as one of the he has a credit as a friendly orderly. Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if they did similar to, it chapter, is it 1 with the kids, where Pennywise is always disguised as somebody in the background.
Stepping on my trivia, you guys.
Oh,
Knock it off.
Sorry.
I wasn't sure if anyone was going to catch that one. I just saw it in the credits. Oh, hey, look.
I'll have to rewatch it. That's interesting.
I just saw it in the credits, so I'm gonna have to go rewatch it too. I'm just taking the credits word for it. I gotta go find him. Where's Waldo?
I wonder if it's in the scene when the girls are running past a bunch of them, and Like the guy that's like, hey, you forgot your slippers, Cinderella. The orderly doesn't show up this episode though. Not that orderly, Alex.
No.
I know the one yeah. The other, like, he's just a random orderly for this. Interesting. I thought this was a cool shot with the spider hanging out.
Stranger Things cinematographers stop racking up dubs challenge. Impossible. They can't be stopped. They just keep winning.
I will say this segment of the story of him telling this is a great haunted house story.
Yeah,
I watched this episode and then I watched The Conjuring right after.
I was gonna say literally
really
like
worked.
as when he mentions Dead and I was like, up, there's another Conjuring reference. They did it again.
Yeah,
I know why they don't do it, but they could make this an episode. This could have been an episode.
Yes, I was just gonna say that, Zaxx. Like a full like haunted house trope kind of episode would be great. I love it.
I was gonna say like Mike Flanagan is out in the corner, like watches, like write that down.
I feel like
Let's use that for Exorcist Believer.
Yeah. Oh.
You still working on the Dark Tower, Flanagan?
I believe so. They're still in pre-production though. They're not. There's no like set to go to. He's still writing the scripts and stuff, but he's the only one Amazon's been talking to about it.
Okay.
I know they recent news came out that he wasn't attached to The Exorcist anymore, and then he debunked it entirely. He's like, no, that's untrue. But I guess the rumor is Universal and Blumhouse were beat up to him, like they were fighting with him because he wanted to cast his wife as the lead in the movie, and they're like, no, we don't want to do that. And you know, he always I like her. I think she's a very talented actress.
Fine.
Yeah, but maybe for a big IP like Exorcist, because the last one was a horrible one. This is supposed to help, but with Blumhouse involved, I don't know how this is gonna work out. So, but yeah. It's still happening. All right, back to Creel. One night, let me see if I have that. Yeah, so this is the night that his wife and daughter are brutally murdered, and his son is put into a coma. And he is... But the one scene that I want to talk about is this. I thought this creeps me out for the second time, where he's talking about being back in the trenches of the war that he was in, where he called, I guess, a bomb on a bunch of German soldiers or somebody. And it turned out there were no German soldiers in this building, but a family with a baby, and the baby cradle rocking all in flames as the baby's like screaming. That got under my skin. That was dark.
The thing is, this kind of thing like almost certainly did happen with a lot of soldiers. Yeah. So it's one of those. It's I mean, yeah, man. There's it's been said before, and it doesn't even mean anything coming from someone like me. But they did go through a lot. They did go through a lot. It didn't even you know. There's I don't mean to hit you with a cliche, but words don't even express it.
Yeah, no, I thought, and it took me the second watch to the real. It's like, dang, Duffer Brothers, like where are we going with this? This is dark stuff. This whole season's really dark and almost morbid to an extent, the entire season, with how these kids are dying, with this flashback scene, more to come. I don't want to spoil it with Toonie, but it's pretty gruesome. And again, this is why I think it reflects better to season one. People think season one, other little kids, it's like a sci-fi ET story, but nobody remembers that 11 like blew the head off 8 people in like one shot. Like murdered a bunch of people.
So no one seems to remember how gruesomely Barb got dragged into the pool and killed by a Demogorgon.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers any of this stuff. They just remember the kids and the whole like happiness and the ET kind of theme of going with these kids. But yeah.
Barb deserved it though. She was asking for it.
The way she was dressed.
Yeah. Slut.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, she's the only one who wasn't in the house getting it on, so reverse slut.
Reverse slut.
Anti-slut.
Yeah.
Slut.
Fair.
What are you trying to say, Zaxx?
Do better. Barb.
Do better. By the way, Zaxx, I saw this. I don't know how he sees all these movies too.
Yeah.
Blue, you need a girlfriend. That's how it'll stop. That's how it'll stop.
Listen, you get that AMC rewards program. You gotta use it. At some point it just pays for itself. You're like, yeah, I might as well go see this. It's like, I'm not
He's
paying
got
for
that
it.
Regal app. That's what
He's
he's
got the
got.
Regal
AMC
reward
or
app.
Regal.
Yeah.
AMC or Regal. They both the same different. Same
How
price.
many
Yeah,
movies
if
a
you get
month
that,
is-
if you get
is
that
that?
Regal uniform shirt, that pays for itself in a couple visits as well.
Hmm.
So,
Okay.
There you go.
How many
I'm
movies
gonna
do you get a
Regal
month
tomorrow.
with that stuff at Regal? Is that like a once a month or
what is it?
movie a week?
Well, AMC used to be up to 4 movies a week or 3 movies a week. You get to see
Okay.
with their unlimited pass. I don't know what Regal's is.
Regal is as many times as you want. You can go all day long.
There you go.
The Regal
Wow.
one's a lot more simple to understand. I think it based the math on the monthly price works out. It's like as long as you're seeing 3 or more movies with it a month, it pays for itself.
That's
I
cool.
got
We don't
like
have that
a
up here.
big
You accumulate points, and then you can get
Mhm.
snacks
Free
or
concessions.
whatever. Yeah, but also
Mhm.
if you're an employee with a shirt, you get free concessions as well. So
Yeah.
Jeez.
So you can either pay monthly or you can just beat up a teenager once.
Yeah.
Up
I-
here,
I'm
it's
gonna be there.
I didn't beat
I'm gonna
anybody.
be there
Why does everybody
tomorrow.
assume I'm going to go to violence with doing stuff? Maybe I just acquired the shirt. Maybe I didn't beat anybody up for it. Maybe they left a door open with all of their supplies.
I
and
bet the
stuff
shirt
on.
is like 3
Maybe.
times too small on Toxic, but he still
Nope,
wears it.
I found the one that said 3X, and I got that. I got the 3X.
Listen, Nadia, you've seen we all know about the obesity crisis in America. We can find a shirt that fits him.
You call me
I
fat?
will say no.
I'm calling these
it's not
kids
cool.
fat, not you.
Oh, okay.
You're beautiful just the way you are. It's these kids who need to get on the fucking
Aw,
treadmill.
Stop it. You're making me blush over here. What
I
is
will be
it?
there tomorrow. I'll be seeing 40X, The Conjuring.
Hey,
That's right.
Nadia, I'm going to.
Hey.
I got me and my girlfriend have tickets for it in IMAX tomorrow too.
Oh, hey, if you're
Yeah.
not busy Tuesday night, if you want to join the panel to talk about the movie, you're more than
You know
welcome.
what? Let me pencil that in there. I will put down a tentative RSVP needed.
Okay. It's I think we're around 9 p.m. Eastern because I go
Okay.
at my time. So yeah, if you want to join, you're more than welcome because I'll be on Leon's right beforehand and we're going to be talking about the Warrens and their cases and for his tinfoil haters. And then we're going to go
Yo.
right into my show. Yeah. So
That's sick.
I'm gonna make Leon go see Conjuring even though he hates those movies.
Okay.
Yes. This is pretty this was pretty gruesome too.
Mhm.
This is pretty good though. Snap. We've seen this before. We like the connection to Vecna is pretty clear on this.
Yep. The
Yeah.
wiring to get them into the air still looks great.
Yeah, even with Max's stuff. Regal is $25 a month. One ticket now is $17. But if you like rack up,
Wow.
so 40X is like $25 a ticket.
Ooh.
40X. So so I rack up points pretty quick.
Yeah, so there's the math. You see 2 of them, it pays for itself. 3, you're actually you're basically making a profit. You might as well just be stealing
Okay.
money.
Can you live there? Like just pull up a chair and camp out, or what? They kick you out after a while?
That's a
No.
good question.
No.
Probably
Blue
not.
Blue has told me in the past on streams that he's gone in and watched like 2 or 3 movies in a day when he does. It's just his work that gets in the way. But if it wasn't, he can, and he's done things like take a break from Uber, go park, and just go run in and go watch a movie. When me and him used to review movies together, I could barely keep up with, like, he'd be like, hey, I just watched Bike Riders, go see it. I'm like, shit, damn it, man. All right, I'll try. And, so he's literally in there all the time.
Blue loves movies, all genres. He'll go see anything. Where
I like
am very
going to the movies.
particular.
I don't like all
Mhm.
movies, but I do like to go, even if I see a
Same.
bad movie, as long as it's at the theater. Lance from Outcast Creative is the same too.
I like the whole process of going to see a movie. I just wish other people respected to go see movies because a lot of the times
But it's
a lot
so
of pe-
expensive, though. I mean, I've heard.
yeah, but it's so expensive. But people are on their phones, they're talking, they're doing. I'm like, why did you?
See,
Even
that
buy
must
this
be where
ticket?
you're from, because they are not like that here. They are very respectful.
Oh, they're
out in
so
Kansas.
rude here.
Mm.
But I try to go see it during a time on the weekend that I know nobody's like. Bring Her Back. It was completely empty for me. 28 years later was completely empty for me, so I got the whole theater to myself to watch those. But I'm very particular what I'm going to go see. Spend my time to go see in the theater itself. But Blue, he doesn't care. Whatever. It could be, I don't know, Shrek number 20. He'd go see it in the theater.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like me and my girlfriend, we went and saw Rio was replaying Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix last week, and
Yeah.
we both walked out and it's like, man, there were like little details that like we totally didn't even know were in there for the longest time because it's been so long since we watched it on like a proper screen and not like streaming. It's like I had no idea it had like that there was like this background noise this playing this whole time. That's really cool. Or just like the fight between Voldemort and Dumbledore looks so much better on a big screen.
I want to go see one of them because the Regal out here with the 40X is playing them in 40X to see them.
Ooh,
I
that would
thought
be
that'd
good
be kind
too.
of fun. But I saw Jaws in 40X, and that was fun. That was awesome. That movie deserves to be seen on the big screen. All right. Do we have any additional things to add about Creel before we move into Max?
Not about Creel specifically, but I will say that flashback does make me think I could really watch a good haunted movie, haunted house movie.
Conjuring.
You know?
Yeah.
Conjuring. Yeah.
That's
Conjuring, Conjuring 1 or 2, Haunting of Hill House, Bly Manor.
Yeah. Haunted of
Yeah.
Hill House. I've seen. I could watch that. I could watch that.
Any
Again.
any
It's
Mike
great.
Mike Flanagan project really. Maybe not Follow the House of Usher, but that because that's different.
Yeah, Sinister
Did I-
isn't quite the same
Yeah.
thing, but I could watch Sinister again.
Yeah, Sinister's pretty good. Sinister's always rated as like the scariest movie on everybody's list due to like they track audience based off their heart palpitations and stuff. I think Sinister's great. It's why I'm disappointed in Scott Derrickson lately with a lot of his stuff that he's had out.
Yeah,
I need to start catching up on horror haunted places because I'm writing my next book's going to be about this hotel, and it's going to be obviously haunted, and the security guy is going to be trying to figure out what's going on in it.
So is it like Five Nights at Freddy's meets The Shining?
Probably a little bit of The Shining. I don't know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, but probably probably closer to like that Buffy episode where they had the haunted frat or whatever. So,
Okay. Yeah, because Five Nights at Freddy's is about a place that's haunted, but it's a security guard that you play as. That is.
The game. I've never played that.
The books are okay. That game is very adult themed, even though it's marketed to kids because it's about like offing kids and stuff. All right. Any other thing before we get into the biggest part of this episode, which
Nope. Time for the main event.
is Max? Yeah. All right, let's get into Max. So up
It's
to this
time.
point, Max has written letters to her dad, I believe grandma, mom, and to the Steve, which I thought was weird, Dustin and Lucas. But I think somebody mentioned last time, didn't Steve like save her or do something last season? I can't remember, but it just felt weird that Steve would get a letter. But I feel there was a connection. Maybe I'm missing.
I don't think in season 3, but I think in season 2, when she first meets him, I think he took a beating from her brother, to protect her. So, whatever that's worth.
That's what it was. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I think it wasn't Steve also he was the one of the club that was wasn't he the one that like she first properly met, like she had like a full conversation with him. He was the one that in season 2, because it wasn't exactly a pleasant conversation because she was I think Steve was giving her the chat about how it's like we already have a girl in our group. Remember that in season 2?
Steve said that?
I thought that was Mike.
Mike. Yeah.
You know that Steve is the older teenager, right?
Yeah, I don't know what that. I think I just fell asleep or something. Yeah, there we go.
Steve also saved the kids from the demo dogs in the junkyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has that famous line when he's going after in the junkyard, and she's like, and the kids are kind of ducking down, and she says he's crazy, and Dustin says no, he's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to my brain. I think I fully fell asleep for a minute. Yes, no, I was thinking about Mike the whole time. And then Steve. Yeah, okay,
it's okay.
I can still. I suppose I can still understand her write a letter to Steve because he's still part of the group. But for some reason, I thought we were talking about Mike.
It's okay.
Maybe Steve is the older brother she wished she had.
There you go.
There. See, there's something you can write about.
He did also just
honestly, Steve is pretty much the like, I hate to say babysitter, but he is pretty much the kids is like protect her throughout season 2, all of them, pretty much.
Absolutely.
He's the older brother to all of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Solid
Yeah,
facts.
so I hope they do him justice with season 5 because I will be really pissed if we like throw him to the side.
They're gonna
That
kill him.
sacrifice that he makes
He's
is gonna
too
go so
popular.
hard.
It's not. It's gonna be. It's gonna be Jonathan because I don't want Jonathan on screen anymore. Let's go.
But are you a Netflix writer, Nadia? No.
No, Nancy and Steve are gonna end up together.
See,
all right?
this is why the Duffer brothers are going to Paramount. Damn it! They were told they have to keep Jonathan alive. Like, we can't deal with this anymore.
No, it's got to be Steve, man. Oh, I'd be so pissed.
Max had a crush on Steve. That's what it was. That's why the letters.
Oh, that's
it.
true, Zaxx.
Did you?
Mm.
I didn't know that.
Before she got with Lucas and stuff. Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. I forgot that.
Everyone does. Who doesn't have a crush on Steve?
I know I do.
Yeah.
There you go.
Daddy Steve.
I thought for you, Toxic, it was more this type.
Afternoon, ladies.
Afternoon, Billy.
Take the new suit, Mrs. Wheeler.
Thank you.
I hate you.
Don't deny what you are, Toxic. Just embrace it.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
It's okay. You don't have to. She wants to deliver these letters out. She pretty much thinks that she's going to die. Like, she's showing all the symptoms. Well, Nancy and Robin are trying to figure out a connection to Vecna to potentially save her. She's all seen all the signs. She's seen things. When she goes to drop off the letters for her mom, grandma, dad, she actually sees her mother out in the yard, goes to talk to her, says, like, I left you a couple letters. It's just in case with all the deaths going on. But it turned out to be actually Vecna in the yard, which I thought was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool, like,
Another
change.
good subversion in the same episode.
Yeah.
Another good one.
Yeah. This was creepy. So, also the bloody clothes on the clothing line. Surprisingly, I got a lot of these clips for this slideshow from IMDb, and then when I went to go look for additional ones, I could not find any one of her and her mom. This scene between her and her mom, like, this is all I could find that wasn't a GIF.
So you pulled this one that's on the screen. You pulled that from the episode?
No, I pulled this from like Google, like okay. Google search. I was gonna say I didn't have time.
I was gonna say because I didn't remember like there ever being a shot like this where you can see like Vecna's face before it turns around and like the sky goes dark and you see his claw. I'm like, this has to be like something different. I don't remember this being in the episode.
I think somebody lightened this up from a shot from it. That's what I think happened. Because you're right, because it should be a lot darker. I just wanted to have something to kind of landmark this part of the story. Because again, by the way, I put this together 10 minutes before we started.
Understandable.
Show off.
I was like, oh,
weird,
you know what?
Weird flex, but okay.
Because honestly, if we were going to talk about the episode, we're an hour into this stream. We would have been only like 30 minutes into the episode if we had gone the old fat.
You're not wrong.
See? So
look, we even have time for the Buffy tangent.
We do. So she heads to the cemetery where her brother is buried. Lucas pulls her aside for a second. I thought this was a very tender moment of like, here's a letter. He's like, I don't want the letter. I'm here right now. Talk to me right now. And she's still closed up. She's still distanced from everybody. And
it's a great line from Lucas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I'm not going to wait for you to die and then like read a letter you left me. It's just tell me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like this scene a lot between the two of them. Finally, Lucas does something good.
I will say also, I appreciate that. I appreciate that Vecna's having a little more fun with his victim this time than the last two. Like, he's so confident at this point that he's just screwing with Max at this point.
The thing that I like about Vecna is, especially if we go on, Nadia, you were going to say?
No, go ahead, Tune. Finish
in the scene where she leaves where she has a conversation with her mother, the conversation for the most part is really believable, and I do like the idea that Vecna is able to understand. He's able to know what Max wants to hear, which is why he's able to like emulate a real conversation like that. It's because he can read her mind. He knows what she wants to hear, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he understands it. It's more like he's more like he's reading an emotional script. He can read the thoughts, but he doesn't exactly understand what it means to be human.
Right. Like a psychopath.
Like a psychopath, I suppose. But like a telepathic psychopath. It's like, yeah, he knows he knows what her thoughts are, but he doesn't understand what they really mean. Which is why when we get into the later scenes, I'll bring that back up, but we'll fast forward a bit for now.
Yeah, there's a particular scene I time-stamped in our chat, and I want to see what you guys think of it. Before we go any further, I also wanted to mention my favorite character, Erica, does show up in this episode. Jason is looking for Dustin to lead to Eddie, and Erica is the one to answer the door. The reason why Lucas is with the group is because he runs off from the basketball players to warn Dustin that he's in danger. So that was part of but yeah, Erica told like he's gonna owe me a goddamn Nintendo by the end of this.
I love how she has the VIG figured into it's $10 a day. I've been covering from this now 2 days, and that's not counting the APR, which is 18.5%. She's so sassy, it's hilarious.
You can't spell America without Erica.
I also like the fact she was painting miniatures.
Yeah.
In the opening, she's such a little nerd. It was perfect.
So she's got the magnifying glass on it too.
Yeah, you're right. And she's just sitting there like it's very much like how Chris paints Warhammer stuff. All right. I did not want to read. I was looking for Billy's letter. I couldn't find it. But I figured we don't need to read the whole letter that she has to him. She's basically saying, she's sorry for what had happened to him, wishing that he had a better life, wishing they had a better relationship as siblings, and that maybe in another life they would have wanted to be friends at least. Very touching moment. I thought this was great. I like this actress. I think
Sadie Sink
acts her ass off in this.
Oh scene. No, they told her. Great. They told put it into this monologue right here. Not only that. In hindsight, it's kind of like telling how much they invested in this being a big thing, because basically all the non-Hopper voiceover from the trailer comes from this episode between Max and Vecna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is just gives me chills on this scene. It's so good. It's so believable too. How moving she is, because it reminds me of. And this is really sad, so I don't mean to make everybody really sad, but it reminds me of people who get like very severe diagnoses like cancer, things like that, where they only have a few weeks to live. So they do things like this, where they write letters to their loved ones, where they tell their loved ones like what they feel. And to imagine thinking you're going to die, but you can't tell the one person you want to, like, hey, I'm sorry for being a shitty little sister. I really wish you were around. I'm really sorry for what happened. But yeah, I really like this. I thought it was very moving throughout it. Sad redhead said with switch teams. I don't know what that means.
Because she's a girl and she would switch over to girl on girl.
Oh, is Demon Knight a girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I know that.
There's something about showing her tits to get into movies for free earlier, so I would.
Oh.
Unless it's a fat guy.
I'm sorry, because her avatar is so small, I can't see.
It looks like a chick with a sword. I think it looks like a female with a sword.
I have really bad eyesight. Would switch teams. Interesting.
Demon Knight, are you a girl or a boy? Is that okay to ask?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is okay. All right, let's move on. So she's reading this letter to Billy. Very sad, Billy Hargrove. And then she pulls a Super Saiyan. She floats off. And the reason is, on the other side, Vecna has her. This is a little bit out of order, I think, for me. Okay. Vecna first appears to her as Billy. And like, hey, you're not really sorry. You're not. There was the line that I wanted to point out where, let me pull up the chat. Where I want to ask you guys what this meant is, there was 1 hour, 4 minute mark. Why, when this discussion is happening, it's Billy, he sheds a tear. I had to rewind it. And I know it's Vecna. It's not Billy himself. It's Vecna playing as Billy. But I thought it was very interesting that Vecna would have Billy even shed a tear during this, because this whole monologue that he has towards her is very much like, you might as well join me. You might as well KO yourself. You've been wanting to anyway. You hide from your friends. You're useless. So what do you guys think reads into that tear?
It's like this was a big trope in Nightmare on Elm Street and the later ideations and the show, is that the trick was to he would trick his victims. He wouldn't just come after them when they fell asleep. He would trick them. They'd fall asleep and they didn't know they fell asleep, and he would trick them so he'd bleed into the real world a little bit. So he would they fell asleep in class, let's say, and then all of a sudden he's the teacher or whatever, and it's because they're actually asleep in class and they don't realize it. So he would like to use that stuff against the victims. Like I think Toonie Boy said, he's playing with Max more than anything else, because he wants to get the maximum fear, see what I did there, out of her, and the maximum misery, see what I did there, before he KOs her, because it's what's gonna, not only because she's close to, because he has to have a certain number in order to open up the portal or whatever you want to call it, the Hellmouth, but also because he's aware that she's part of the Scooby Gang, the group. So it's even better to hurt her, because it'll hurt 11 and the rest of the people. So yeah, he's pulling out all the stops on this one.
I agree with you, Alex. I thought too, it's an emotional manipulation. Favorite song even has a long about swapping places. So Max wishes to follow Billy. So Vecna shows her things to make her feel more guilty. So maybe that's the tear.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, I don't think this is ever explicitly stated, but I always kind of got the assumption that like Vecna's victims have to like go willingly, almost like give themselves up. Like they have to be convinced that there's like no hope left for them.
I think so I think that the thing that I tried saying in the chat was that Vecna doesn't just sort of kill you because you want to die, so to speak. He makes you, he uses manipulation to try and make you feel like you deserve to die, like you don't deserve to live.
Yeah, guilt is
Billy,
a common denominator, right? I think it's all of the victims have a guilt thing they did. The one kid feels like he got the people killed in the car crash or whatever, or he's survivor guilt. Max is, we know what she's feeling guilty for. What was her name?
Chrissy
is guilty because she's bulimic or whatever. And
she's broad strokes is just like she's not good enough.
Okay. Yeah.
But I guess
they have to have that magic combination of guilt and depression and sadness, and like that's.
Vecna even like he changes approaches at the end of it when like as soon as Max breaks into like his like, I don't know what you want to call it, like his little mind mansion or something.
Okay.
He changes because you can see like Chrissy and Fred's corpses on try to also like, don't you want to join them? Yes. Don't you know you belong here?
No,
he completely he pivots away from the guilt because to do like no, this is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, in terms of Billy crying, I think that's just sort of he's showing, because this is obviously it's not Billy, it's Vecna. I think he's showing Billy in pain in order to emphasize draw attention to Max's guilt, because she feels responsible for him having to sacrifice himself. So. And that's sort of the connection with Billy here in the first place, is that she feels like she's responsible for his death. So showing him crying, especially when even if it's just a small thought that crossed her mind, the fact that she had the thought of being vaguely vaguely happy that he was out of her life, and he couldn't like torment her again. Like that, like for a moment she felt like safer, and she feels guilty because she had that passing thought. It's such like a fucked up thought, that she was like, even for a moment she felt like it was a good thing that he couldn't hurt her anymore. So I was like, oh, I can't say that about my own brother. He saved me, and it's guilt maxing.
Yeah.
But again, and that's the thing that I want to say about Vecna is that I said it in the chat. It's like never let somebody who's obsessed with your worst tell you that you don't have a best. It's like with Vecna, he can read these thoughts. He can see them. Like, yeah, he knows Max's like inner thoughts, but that doesn't mean that he understands what they are or anything like that. Because it's like it is okay to have like this a small passing thought that you then, because it doesn't actually define anything about your personality if you then ignore it. In the sense that it's like, yeah, she did have a passing thought about Billy, that maybe, maybe it was good that he couldn't torment her anymore. But at the end of the day, she still felt really sad. She recognized that was a fucked up thought, and that's why she buried it down, because she did realize that it was a bad thought. So it didn't really matter that the thought crossed her mind, because of course it did. That's just what thoughts do. And then we'll get later into the scenes when when he starts talking about her friends. And again, it's not that it's not that she doesn't want to live or she wants to die. It's that she thinks she doesn't deserve. The reason why she hides from her friends, as Vecna puts it, is because she thinks that she feels as if she doesn't deserve her friends. Like, she doesn't. Mm-hmm. That's why she's hiding from them, because she knows that they all want to look out for her. And maybe she just feels a little bit not like an imposter, but because of the thoughts that she has for Billy, and how she, for just a moment she was happy that he died. She feels like she doesn't deserve having friends to care for her.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like a mix of grief and depression together.
Survivor's guilt, maybe.
Yeah.
But when we get into the song, like somebody mentioned, the lyrics of the song saying, "I make a deal with God to swap our places," is I do like the idea that part of that actually is a reflection of Max, that she's accepted that a part of herself maybe would trade places with Billy if she could. And she has actually accepted that her friends do care enough for her to want her to live. So it's not just about her wanting to live that helps her escape Vecna. It's her friends wanting her to live that causes her to, lash out, rip half his throat out, and then make a run for it.
I agree with you, Tunu, because the only reason why she hasn't given up is that she sees in the distance her friends calling for her and checking in on her. So 100% well said, Toonie, on this. Blue, 20 movies in July and August? Bro, you need a woman in your life.
Don't listen to her, Blue Collar. All right, get a woman that likes those same movies. Win-win.
After this scene, it's obvious that he's Vecna, and she kind of walks, and I know this slide is a little out of order, she kind of walks into his world, I guess. Is this considered still the Upside Down?
I have no idea what this is supposed to think.
Yeah, of course.
Why would it be Okay, so here's the thing. If the Upside Down is a physical place, she is in a sense in a dream or state. How is this still the Upside Down if it's
because it's a pocket dimension for your mental part, not your physical part per se.
Well, it's not the Upside Down because of, without spoiling events of the finale, we can see that it's not this. It's literally not the Upside Down. It's closer to whenever Elle is in the suspension pool or whatever it is. It's closer to dark. It's closer to the void than it is to the Upside Down.
I think one thing you could go for is that because Vecna is an agent of the Upside Down, his little mindscape kind of just looks like it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, well, I don't know if anybody else does this, but if you picture a blank house or something like that, let's say you're reading a book, you probably picture a house that you've seen. If that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. Does anyone else do that? It could just be something similar like that. His little mindscape is a place that he recognizes.
Maybe it's in the same, he uses the Upside Down to connect to the right side, but this world itself is in his own mind that he's utilizing to get these people. Because
I don't think I don't think you can argue. This is the place he has the most power. Certainly, that's why he says, "This is my world. This is my place."
I mean, he literally has a throwaway line. Yeah, he has a whole throwaway line. How did you get in here?
Zach. Before we move on, Zaxx, do you have anything? Because I know you got to. Do you have anything to add about with the Billy scene? Or
I took it to be that I know that it's not Billy, but on some level, some part of Billy is being forced to watch this happen, and that's the expression of that. That's what I took from it.
That's
and,
interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, that was my thought. Is that I mean, who knows where anyone is in this and their spirit and all that, but I thought he's having to watch him do this to his sister, and that's that.
That's the initial thought I had. That's the initial thought I had, Zaxx. I was like, maybe this is Billy in some way communicating with her that he feels awful, but it also could play, if it's not, it could also play the fact that Vecna's using it as emotional manipulation for her.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
Oh, man. That'd be interesting.
There's a lot there.
Take it easy, Zaxx.
Though. Thanks, guys.
Bye, what you got going on? Circle of Jerks Saturday?
Yeah, tomorrow night, 10 o'clock Central. Are you going to be there, Nadia? Are you around?
This Saturday? Am I on?
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah,
maybe. We'll probably, because Chris will probably be off with his date. So yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, tomorrow night, 10 o'clock Central. And otherwise, thanks, guys. This is one of my favorite episodes of this series. So yeah, love it.
Nice.
Thanks for being here, Zaxx. Talk to you later. Bye. All right. So, moving on, she kind of ends up in his little world, or part of his little world, about to die. And like you were saying, Tuni, matching up with the song, she's now noticing that her friends are calling for her in the real world, and she's got to book it. And like, I feel like I'm downplaying how important this scene is, and the music would play. It's just an epic scene of listening to Running Up the Hill, and then she's just like, he's throwing stuff at her. She's like falling, but she's getting back up, and she's trying to make it back. I thought it was great. This is great. Yeah.
And again, I do like the idea that it's not that he has stormtrooper aim. Like he is actually trying to. It's not that he has like it's that she does have the protection of, like he can't hurt her because she like mentally she will not let him. She has got a fortification now. She has she is determined to make it back to her friends.
So I thought it was just because it's all. I thought it was just going to be because it's his mindscape. He can't actually physically hit her with anything. It's more so just to try to trick her into thinking that she can't get out. Because he just kind of gives up halfway. It's like, well, I tried. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. Yeah, it was more like 90% of the way there. He just kind of has that like sort of like growl. Mm-hmm. So I do like that. Yeah. I like a little bit of reserved hatred.
I thought he
just see the seething. Yeah, I'm gonna be real here. This has always been one thing that bothers me. Vecna from like the torso up looks amazing. As soon as you get like his bottom half, you're like, oh, this. Why do you look like you have a beer belly?
He is skipping, right. he skips abs and leg day. No calisthenics for him.
Look, he doesn't actually go. Look, he doesn't actually go up the stairs behind him. Right? They're just for show.
Yeah, I thought I was pulling it. I was watching it. I was like, man, he's a little chunky. You can actually see somebody's hand is sticking out from the
yikes.
The pillar on the left hand side.
Oh yeah,
too as well.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. It's probably one of the victims and stuff, but yeah,
if I only could. That's definitely Fred.
You know what that looks like you were seeing Tony. He gave up. He was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah,
like I'm just like, I'll get to her eventually, or kind of deal.
He's like, I'm not running.
I'm not running. I'm too old to run. I'm not going there.
We don't have track and field in the Upside Down. I'm not built. I'm not cut out for this.
Yeah. And I thought this was a great shot of his hand, because in D&D lore, Vecna's hand is an important part of the character.
There's a shot from when Max is being chased before she enters the mindscape, where you just see like Vecna's silhouette the whole way through. His silhouette looks amazing. I'll give him that.
Alex, this is a great point. With this episode showing that music can protect you from Vecna, I do wonder if Will constantly singing his favorite song in the Upside Down will come back and be important in season 5.
Stealing my trivia, people. I'm getting upset. I'm not going to quit.
Alex, man, that's great. Alex, if you're a streamer, I would love to have you on if you want to join us. Just
the Alex Nader 9000. Get on here.
They're gonna There's going to be
Do it
something.
now.
Something.
Do it.
Come on,
Stop
do it now.
interrupting Toonie.
Sorry.
You talked
Go ahead.
enough. You
No, I
talked
said to them to stop interrupting you. Go ahead,
Oh.
Toonie.
Anyway, what I bet is going to happen is that they're going to the music player is going to break, and it's going to be Jonathan trying to sing the song properly. That's going to be
with his deep baritone 40-year-old man voice.
yeah. It's gonna. I mean, yeah. That's if they rushed the season out. Yeah.
Jesus.
Alex Nader. I'm looking at Alex's YouTube page.
Oh, is he a YouTuber?
He's got some game. I think it looks similar to Persona. I can't tell if it is. I think it is.
It's not a
If he
turn
plays
act, is
through.
it?
Oh, it is Persona. Persona 3.
Is it Alex Nader or is it Alexi Nader?
Alexei
Nader.
Nader looks like.
that's a-
Alexa
The,
Nader.
the Alexinator.
The
Alexa Nader 9000.
Ah,
Very cool. You have a
Boy,
sub
I wish
for
I
me,
could. I wish I could
Alex.
just be in some high-end YouTuber with a lot of followers, comments, and she just invites me. That's cool.
I'm not a high-end YouTuber.
Yeah,
Have you
you
not
are.
seen my streams?
Yeah, yeah.
There is no way I am a high-end YouTuber.
No.
If I'm high-end, your bar is pretty fucking low.
Now my bar is exactly where it should be. I'll remind you, my girlfriend watching your stream the other night, going, "Did she just get more money just for someone asking her a question? How much money is she?" My girlfriend with her phone out on the calculator app. You know how much money she just made tonight?
You should
like,
tell your
well-
girlfriend though. YouTube takes 30% of it.
I did indeed
Each
tell her
one.
that. So
Yeah.
he asked me how much money I make. I was like, nothing. No monetizing for the toxic. No monetization.
I do this for to hang out with some nerdy friends. Money's great, but
Aw.
I like to hang out with you guys more
Aw.
so and talk about these things.
Aw.
Yeah, that's the reason why I started YouTube, was to find other nerds who have interest in what I do to
Same,
talk
same.
it out. So
Yeah,
that's
same.
it. So
mood.
all right, back to Vecna. So eventually she does make it. I love this shot. I thought this was great. I was gonna say the red holds up. This whole scene is very CGI'd. Obviously, there's some practical set pieces, I'm sure, but it's very much with the added red and the tentacles and all that stuff. But it holds up, even on the rewatch. I thought
It's
it was
too
very
bad
well
Christopher
done.
Nolan didn't direct this, because then they really would have went to the upside down, and he would have
So
He's like-
I just want to point out to Bobby Blankenship. I did catch that that liar reference.
Is this one?
Yeah, short, shriveled, and slightly to the left.
Slightly
Yeah,
left.
that's liar.
Bobby, I don't even think Bobby has watched Stranger Things or any of the shows I talk about, but he's always a blast to have in my chat.
You're
and he was
MVP,
on-
Bobby.
He was in the Institute chat, and he kept calling Kyle AI.
You got to admit, Kyle does look a little AI.
Look,
Yes, the Ken doll look. Yes, I
Look.
love it.
not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, Bobby, you're always welcome. But Bobby, not even the movie. I'll be talking about movie. Bobby, like, what are we talking about? Let me tell you about the time I did coke 4 times off a hooker's ass and shot up something. Bobby would be like,
Love it.
telling crazy stories in the chat.
Love it.
I love it. All right, so she makes it to the end. So this, like Zaxx was saying earlier on the stream, up until the point where before she escaped, I really thought we were going to lose Max. I really thought that was it. And what question for the panel? If we had lost Max, how much of an impact do you think it would have on the series or on the group as a whole? Like, where do you think the story would go from that point?
Isn't Max the final sacrifice?
We're not getting it. We're getting a little bit ahead of
Well,
I'm talking about
sorry.
this episode. Had
Okay.
she died in this episode?
No, what I was saying, like, that wouldn't make sense to the narrative.
Okay, I see. Because
The narrative would change, but where would it go? That's that's a better question.
Well,
Like,
let me see if I can explain it. Give Toxic some help here. Because he's right now the other 2 people we know are being targeted by Vecna are Max and that one kid from the basketball team.
mhm.
Yeah.
So basically, if Max goes out here, the team would have to somehow like find a way to work with Jason to be like, or figure out
Right.
that that's the next
So it wouldn't-
target.
It would mess up the narrative for what they're. Yeah, I don't think it would have worked.
The only thing I can see working in that favor would be like it makes Lucas even more important to the story, but he already kind of is. So I don't feel like you get anything new by doing that.
Also, I don't think, unless I'm wrong, all the other targets were all surprises. It's only Max that did her detective work and figured it out and knew that she was a target. So they wouldn't even know, right? Like, weren't all the other ones surprises?
To be fair, Max is experienced with this kind of stuff. Not this exact, but
Sure.
when you've gone through probably the last 2 seasons that she has, and especially losing her brother to the mind flare, I mean, anything is going to kind of throw you off
Sure.
if it doesn't fit to investigate. The other two, like they're in a sense normies in this universe, so they don't know about anything supernatural happening.
So they would not, and even if they did, like even assuming they knew that, who would they go to? Max would know to go to the Scooby Gang, but they wouldn't. So like there'd be no way. I just don't. In fact, your question actually, Nadia, actually makes it brings it shows a good spotlight on how well written this is, because the rest of the plot doesn't work if this doesn't happen the way that it does. And then later, I don't want to skip ahead and spoil anything. But later, the other thing that happens, that is like a subversion again later, but I can't go into it without spoiling it. So, but I'll put a pin in it for now. But yeah, your question actually illuminates like it shows how well the plot works here. They like really did good with the plot, because all of these things have to kind of line up like tumblers in a lock, or else the plot doesn't happen properly.
Yeah, because like what kind of fire would you light under Lucas's ass if Max would have died, or even if Elle got word of it? You know, like what kind of character motivation? How would their character motivation change? Would they make more mistakes now because, in a sense, they are fighting with the thought that their friend just died and is not coming back?
Also, a better question might be: was that his plan all along? Was to cripple the team by taking off one of their main characters and then throwing them in further disarray? I mean, is he that good of a strategist that he knew that would work? Or
well, he's an emotional manipulator, isn't he? He's an evil son of a bitch who obsesses over misery, like So I think he'd very easily deduce that he might not be a strategist in that it'll throw them into disarray, but it might make them easier targets for his misery machine if he was to kill one of their best friends in front of them, especially in such a gory and gruesome fashion that he does.
Good point.
It's like,
it also,
if this had gone to plan, all the boys standing there would have had to witness her turn into Chrissy, and
well, being like horribly contorted and mutilated.
Lucas literally watches his girlfriend get fridged in front of him.
Yeah, it's like, so that would have absolutely traumatized a lot of them, which would have made it a lot easier for him to kill them in the same fashion. So yeah, I think that was his plan.
Well done, Duffer Brothers. You guys really, it makes me wonder why you were so asleep at the wheel in most of season 2
and 3.
I'm a defender of 3. I think I
think 3 has great moments. I just don't think 3 overall. If I had to go in order of the way I like it, I would probably go 1, 4, 2, 3.
3, 2, do you mean?
No.
3, 2.
Wait.
1, 4.
No, 2 sucks. 2 is not a good
3.
season.
So take the sister episode out of it. I do
take the sister episode out of it.
Because of the consequences of the first season. A little bit more. I think the story is a little bit tighter, where I think there's a little bit more plot holes in season 3.
There might be more plot holes in season 3, but I feel like it's a lot more like enjoyable because the story feels like it's moving a lot, whereas season 2 is quite a slow story.
Jesus, Bobby. Thank you for that fact of the day.
Are these the facts you were expecting?
Yes, these are exactly the trivia facts I was expecting. So
I guess no need for my trivia now. Bobby did all this.
And this is the end shot of the episode with her.
Great spot to end. Great spot to end the episode.
Yep. She's panting because she's out of breath after that massive sprint. She's absolutely terrified, but she's also relieved. And it's just, I'm here. And everyone's sat around it. I love how is it Dustin on the left of the screen?
Yeah.
He didn't really quite know what to do for a moment, but then he just sort of puts his hand on her arm, and that he just sort of like sits there. And you got Lucas. Well, yeah.
I think this has cemented their relationship because, in a sense, like being through trauma together, and the fact of losing her, and honestly, of Max realizing that she could have lost everything she loved too, as well, if Vecna had taken her. I do like the scene with Dustin where he runs up with her cassette player and the cassettes and goes, "Which song?" And Lucas is like, "Why?" And he starts off like, "Robin and doesn't matter. Just tell me it's too like, tell me what's her favorite song." And it was great.
Yeah. And again, Lucas knew Max's favorite song, even though she was trying to avoid them the whole season so far.
Yeah, great, great.
You got Steve. You got Steve being the big. Yeah, you got Steve being the big brother of the group there on the right as well. Just hand on Lucas's shoulder, just sort of standing there over him.
Remember, fellas, always know your girl's favorite song. It might come in handy one day. These are important facts you need to know.
What if it was podcast sketch? Please, here you go. Put on Tucker Carlson. That'll bring her back.
God. She's just like, you start hearing that, she turns back to back, like, I accept my fate. Whoa. Knowing Tucker Carlson, he'd be like, actually, the Demogorgons are the real heroes. They're the good guys in this, right? I'm just asking questions.
No, that would look. If someone put a podcast on where somebody said the people trying to kill me are the good guys, I'd be so pissed off that would be my catalyst for escaping. I'd be like, I'm escaping just to punch you in the face.
If you want to bring your girl out of a coma or something like that, and she's flatlining, all you got to do is turn on your game machine. She'll instantly get up and tell you there's something she has to rearrange in the fucking house. Honey, can you come help me?
Just date gamer girls. Just date gamer girls. If you're a gamer, just date gamer girls. Then you guys can have your own little setup and stuff.
Or get her a game that you can take turns playing together.
Or in the guys version. Sorry, I was gonna say if you flip it the other way around, if the guy's trapped in Vecna's world, all you have to do is what is it? Toxic is you turn off the thermostat, or you mess with the thermostat.
Oh, mess with the thermostat. Who touched the thermostat?
Vecna's not going to have any clue what to do. He's just going to see. He's not even going to get.
That is true, man. You know what? I'm gonna make a meme that says that messing with the thermostat is the guy's equivalent to women hearing you touch you're turning on your Xbox.
Your video game.
Yeah.
Just get a girl that likes video games. Chris buys me games all the time, left and right.
I'm just gonna get a girl and knows her place, and she can get her ass back in the kitchen and make me something to eat. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah,
your daughter's in the chat, right?
Nah, she's done listening. She ain't listening to me. Besides, she knows who I am. She knows who I am.
All right. Any further thoughts on this before we get into trivia?
Nope. Great.
I do have one. Not even at the 2-hour mark.
Okay.
That's my.
I know.
That's my.
We're pulling it. It's working.
Are you saying that
this is working?
Tony,
are you saying you're gonna save up some of that energy to get back on Buffy, or
no? Unfortunately not. I'm gonna go back to bed because I have work technically today.
All right. Well, fair enough.
Dang. All right, let's get into trivia. Then we'll do final thoughts and then outros. So yeah, I think thank you to Sketch who recommended the idea of story beats and slides versus doing the episode because it made it a lot cleaner and easier. So
big fan of slides. Yeah. Can you minimize the chat for a second?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I like this little toxic stamp we got going on the side. That's wonderful.
Thank you, Canva. Yeah, thank you, Canva Art. The song Running Up the Hill is featured regularly in season 4. This is the first time a song is featured regularly since season 1's Should I Stay or Should I Go? It should be noted that the Duffers have only done this when the song holds a special significance to a character. In this case, Running Up That Hill plays a similar role for Max as Should I Stay or Should I Go did for Will back in season 1. When Victor talks about how his family was killed, the flashback shows a kid sliding up and down a rocket ship slide. The name Slide can be seen in New Nightmare from 1994, where Robert Englund portrays both himself and Freddy Krueger. In Victor Krill, and as a reminder, Victor Krill is Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. Oh well, the adult version of the version we see in the present day, anyway. In Victor Creel's flashback, his house is an homage to Pet Cemetery 1989 on a rise parallel to a main road. And the items in his attic are nods to various Stephen King books: White Dress, Carrie, Wheelchair Misery, Circus Sheet, Music, It.
That's cool. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Due to the rise of the pandemic when it first started, how do you say his guy's name? Dacre Montgomery?
Darcy Montgomery.
Darcy got a girl's name. Darcy Montgomery filmed his scene, The Return of Billy, in his hometown in Perth, West Australia. Sean Levy directed over a Zoom call.
That's wild.
Wow.
Can I say, you've got Darcy, which is apparently his real name, but then you've got the video game character name, Dacre. Like, really? You could have gone with that instead?
Andy's from Perth, Australia. So
yeah, I was gonna say you could have been in Devil May Cry, but no, now you're in Persona.
How much better would his character have been in Tolerable if he'd have done it with an Australian accent? So much better.
I mean, he's fine as he is, but continue.
Oh God, you're looking good in that swimsuit, Mrs. Wheeler. Crikey! Oh no, the mind flayer's got me. Oh no. Anyway,
do you know how big the spiders are I deal with?
Oh, cool.
Oh, I'll never go to Australia. Never. I have family there. Never. Nope.
The character of Vecna is very similar to that of Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984, whose actor, Robert Englund, was cast as Victor Creel, Vecna's first victim. Both characters haunt people while they're in a trance, the dream world, the upside down. So that answers that question. That's that dream world. That's not really the upside down. So,
there you go.
Both characters like to play
void
with their victims before killing them, and both have a disfigured appearance. Nancy and Robin's visit to Victor Creel is a clear homage to what they like saying homage in these to Clarice Starling's visit to Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lambs. When they arrive at the facility, Johann Sebastian Bach's Minio in D minor is playing from a record player. In silence, Dr. Lecter is listening to Bach's Aria de Capo in his cell while killing two guards. The subterranean dungeon is a long hall similar to where Clarice visits Dr. Lecter, including him being in the last cell and instructions not to touch anything and keep enough distance, I think that says.
Yeah, it does.
Ironically, the song regarded as Victor Creel's lifeline is Dream a Little Dream of Me. Robert Englund, who plays Victor Creel, also portrayed Freddy Krueger in the night. So, Dream a Little Dream of Me, get it? Oh, wait. Oh, don't. Oh, Toonie.
Look away.
Mute it. Don't listen.
Take those headphones off right now.
Take your headphones off. It's a spoiler trivia. Okay. In the flashback scene where the Creel family first enters their new home, Victor and Virginia Creel are wearing royal blue and white, and Alice Creel is wearing a dress of light blue and white. By contrast, Henry's color scheme is shades of grayish brown and white. This is indicative of Henry's difference from his family and foreshadowing of his true nature.
Whoa!
See how quick I caught that?
Toonie, come back, Toonie.
How's he gonna know? Wait, type it in the chat.
Okay.
Oh, wait, there you
come back.
Oh, hi, Megan. I'm glad you caught me live too. Hi.
See, you're lucky. I could
peepers?
speed read, Toonie, or else I would have just gotten that. Because I just copy and pasted it when I did this, so I didn't read them all. This episode inspired a viral trend, particularly on TikTok, woohoo, and Twitter, where fans would try to come up with which songs would save them from Vecna. Oftentimes, this was filmed as a skit with a still image of Vecna making fun of the fan for whichever strange or obscure song they picked. Ooh, question for the panel: what song would you pick?
Oh, probably something from Mass Effect. That's it.
I know what I would pick. Scotty Doesn't Know by Lustra from Eurotrip. That would be the song that would bring me out.
That Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know.
Hell yeah.
It's not going to do with Austin Powers, is it?
Probably Go Go Gadget Flow from Lupe Fiasco. That's
nice. Sketch, what about you? What would you pick?
It's got to be a Gunship music song.
Nice.
Anyone know Gunship?
Yeah, they did the vampire thing from Lost Boys video where Buffy and Wade team up with the Frog Brothers and Seth Gecko.
It's got to be one of their songs. I don't know which one. I can think of 3 off the top of my head. It could have been.
Bobby said the Coconut song from elementary school.
Nice. The concept that Vecna targets people who feel an immense sense of guilt may have been borrowed from Event Horizon, where demonic presence
Interesting.
also torments its victims with their sins by showing them violent visions from their own memory. In Season 1's Chapter 5, The Flea and the Acrobat, another reference was made to this movie when Mr. Clark explained how to cross alternate dimensions by folding a plate in half and shoving a pen through it. I mean, to be fair, that's been done in lots of
Ooh.
movies, but
Yeah.
and that is, I think that's it, guys. Actually,
Wow.
Nice.
Dang. We are pretty. So, final thoughts on the episode. Toxic. Go ahead.
with maybe toe and toe with the finale, but best episode so far, I would match them up pretty evenly between the two of them. So
Very cool. Sketch.
Yeah, I mean, same thoughts. I understand why this is. So is it just the second, or no? Is it the second highest rated of the season, or is it like of all the episodes?
It is the highest. Wait, is it the highest? Did I say or a second high? 9.5. It is the second highest. Chapter 7 is the highest. Then it goes
Right.
to this episode, then the finale.
Okay, I'm kind of curious to see if that's among all episodes, if where that ranks. But if it wouldn't surprise you if this is like a top 3 episode of all time afterwards. Like, great episode.
You know
I
what?
understand why. I understand why it's so high.
Rank the order of Stranger Things episodes based off ratings on IMDb. Let's see. It's what we use AI here for, guys. That's what you gotta use. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Oh, I guess it's saying top rated. It does put Chapter 4 Dear Billy as the top one. Yeah, I don't think that
We'll
doesn't
look
make
into it
sense.
later, but
Yeah.
the bottom line is top tier episode.
Yes. Agree. Okay. Toonie?
Yeah, I thought this has got to be my favorite episode since since at least anything in season 1. I mean, maybe something in season 1 trumps it if I was to go back and rewatch it, but I'm not doing that until we're done with season 5 at this point. But yeah, it was a very good episode. I loved it. I've rewatched Max's Escape a few times now, so I've refined a few thoughts. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with the basketball team plot. You know, you got that one guy who I'm 99% sure is going to die. Yeah, the Satanic Panic. Yeah, there's almost 100% that this that guy's going to die. Although I will say, I think Toxic with you that that mentioned it before that. Why Max was able to escape. Not escape, but like why she was able to put together the whole like cursed thing in the first place. It's because she was with the Scooby Gang. They did actually mention as a plot point, like how they figured out how to save Max was when they were before Max was actually cursed, when they were investigating what happened with Chris, it said you might not tell the police if you started seeing weird like visions and stuff. You wouldn't go to the police about it, but you might tell your psychiatrist or your school counselor. So they went to the psychiatrist's office, and I think it was when they read those records that Max started to have her visions. I think, was that it? Or was that a different scene?
I don't think she was talking about her visions to the counselor, but she brought it up that when they were in, because the episode opens up with them in her office talking about how Chrissy and I can't remember the other kid that died's name was seeing him. Yeah, so they didn't. So I think they said the Chrissy might have told the psychiatrist about her visions, or at the very least her trauma. And that's why they put it together to go and check the psychiatrist's records to see if they could put together any kind of like common denominator that would allow them to get more info in Vecna. And I think it was the scene when they were in the psychiatrist's office that Max, heard the Max in the distance, and then the clock ticking. Yep. Could you guys actually hear that, by the way, or did it cut out?
No, we heard it.
I got it. Well, we got you.
I heard it. Yeah.
Because sometimes my mic cuts out with things like that. So,
Anything else?
No, that's it. Now I've talked long enough.
You're fine. You're fine. I think this is one of my favorite episodes of the entire series. I love Max's development here, where she begins as like a victim, and she's ready to die. Where with the whole like giving out letters, not really wanting to be close to any of them, and I like that the Creel story kind of gives her a lifeline with the music as the tether. Her Dear Billy confession reveals her deepest like vulnerabilities, which I loved. I thought that monologue with her, she reading out is it considered a monologue while she's reading out a letter?
It would be it's a monologue.
Monologue.
Okay. I think it's very emotional. It really hits the heartstrings. It feels real as somebody who's probably lost a sibling and who maybe not had a great relationship with some family members. And by surviving Vecna, she becomes the first to resist him, transforming into the emotional core of the season, is my notes. So I honestly, I think if I was to say, if anybody gave up on Stranger Things after season 1, I would say watch this episode. Watch this episode. This will bring you back.
I think that happened a lot. There was a lot of people. It was a lot of scuttlebutt when this got released in 2023 that it had
2022.
Oh, was it 2022? Holy shit.
Yeah, it was 20. I remember actually.
There was a lot of people, including like the Critical Drinker, that was saying, the show has kind of course corrected. Although I really didn't think, 2 was a little meh for me, but I liked 3. I thought it was solid. I didn't think it needed that much course correction. But if you're looking at it from a horror TV standpoint, I could definitely I can see the argument to it. And then also, up to this point, I don't know you guys' opinion, but I know in the fandom, Max was not well liked. Like they were kind of like, she is a great actress. That's why she was in like, those Fear Street movies and a couple other things, The Whale and stuff like that. So, Sadie Sink has definitely got some roles, but she was kind of written as kind of a bratty, kind of annoying
tomboy.
Yeah. And so some people were kind of like, but this really made people, to anyone who's writing a show, a book, a movie, whatever, if you make your characters suffer and not so much that it's like, like Nightingale, where it's like, misery porn, but if you make your characters suffer enough and then kind of overcome, people will like that. People like to see that people like go through something, and it doesn't have to be relatable, although I think having this kind of trauma and depression and stuff is relatable. But it definitely helps it makes people side with your character more.
Yeah. I do think relatability is always like a. Sorry, were you going to say something, Nadia? Do you want to?
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The thing with relatability is the word gets thrown around quite a bit. I think there's a difference between relating to something that's happened to you and then relating to something that you can always like you can understand and that you can imagine happening to you. It's like it's like I've never been chased by like a demonic curse monster that's about.
But how would I react in this position?
Yeah, it's like okay, can I appreciate what the character's going through, what she's thinking and feeling, and how she manages to escape the situation. Yeah, it's like, can you imagine being in that situation? And does the character act, believably human enough? And it's like that's it's like you don't.
Yeah, everything. I think everything she does is pretty believable. I think.
She's depressed. Everybody has depression at some point in their lives. I would assume, and she's going through grief, right? Different stages of grief. And I don't know if I could say like everybody has gone through grief, and grief is not linear. Grief can be different. I've always said that since my mom passed away, I always try to explain to people who haven't lost their parent that you won't understand till it happens. Like the type of grief you'll go through with that kind of stuff. And that's where I agree with both of you that she's very relatable because you've either had depression or you've either grieved somebody or a pet or something you've lost.
Yeah.
Or you've had a really bad relationship with somebody that you care about and you wish it was differently. So I agree with both of your statements on it. Like it's very relatable, and I think that's why I like Max after this episode. I was starting to like her a little bit in season 3, but season 4 to me really changes my opinion of her as a character.
Mm-hmm. Well, you wouldn't get to the state of where she is in season 4 without the events culminating in season 3 to make her
True.
more sympathetic in
True.
the first place.
True.
Like
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was kind of alluding to at the beginning of the stream, where like it's one of the benefits of just episodic TV going on for so long, is that you have a lot more time to devote to like fleshing each character out kind of like as you want to go. Like you don't have to worry about getting every single one of this cast of ensembles taken care of like right off the get-go. You can kind of like pick and choose like which ones you want to focus on as each season's going.
I'm listening to you. Sketch is just Bobby. Oh shit! Someone died in the show. What happened? Oh, there are 13 zodiac signs. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for this facts. Sketch, what do you got going on next?
Yeah, not much really going on in my neck of the woods at the moment. Kind of quiet. Gonna go do a little bit of job searching for some new gigs. Fill some extra time.
Oh.
Nothing like that. Nothing like you're thinking.
Oh, no,
Just here,
because
just
she's on
workshopping
leave.
around.
Yeah, it's just. Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
In
what
addition
show
to
is
into my own kind of stuff.
Fair enough.
You do editing, correct?
Yeah, video editing, and I'm going to take advantage of some of my little downtime now to hunt around for a little bit more audio post-production work for preferably some independent films.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's awesome. If there's any way I can help in any sense, like promote your stuff, just let me know. I'm
Yeah.
happy to. Or like pass
I'll
to
figure it
people
out.
in the industry. Yeah. But okay. Toxic, I know you got which one you want me to pull up first?
If you want to talk about YouTube stuff, pull up the On Tap real quick, the image.
Okay.
So tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time, and I think it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 p.m. in the UK. We're going to be doing the 40-year retrospective, and we're going to try to figure out the top 5 movies of 1985 with both the people that are watching and the panel, which should be quite extensive, more extensive than I originally realized. I don't even know how many people I can have on with Basic Bitch StreamYard. So I guess we're going to figure it out because I have a lot of people on, and of course, present company included. I know Nadia said she's got stuff going on, but
Yeah. I'll be
if
seeing The
either of
Conjuring
you,
at the same time.
yeah, Sketch and Toony Boy, of course, you guys are always invited. If you want to talk intelligently of a few films that you enjoyed from the 1985 year, I have a feeling probably Back to the Future is going to win, but who knows?
If this is 3 p.m. tomorrow, I'm afraid I'm also going to see Conjuring at that time.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely going to do that tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time, and I will be doing it from the Leavenworth local. Hint, hint, hint. Next slide.
Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. What's
The
up,
Leavenworth
Sons of
local
Chatham?
is the only privately owned local hotel in the first city of Kansas, which is Leavenworth, and it is at 600 Shawnee, Leavenworth, Kansas. Prices start at $120 a night. We have a massage therapy, organic juice bar, bouncy house for the kids, and a full bar for the adults. And the rooms are either very expansive or they are small and utilitarian, depending on what your needs are. And that's the bouncy house for the kids. This is what a standard kitchenette looks like in one of the hotels. That's our front desk, which is about 5 feet away from me right now as I'm in the auditorium/conference room, which you can rent out if you would like to do that. We had a wedding in here last week. So it's clean, it's quiet, excellent staff, excellent people working for it. And a special thing, next week we are having the very first Sarah Fetla Tattoo Festival, which is the first time in Leavenworth, Kansas, and we will be hosting it next week. And of course, I'll be providing security and whatever else is needed during that time. And it should be a 3-day event, which should they'll have special tattoo events and showcasing and tattoo type related things. It should be quite something to see. You should have about 5,000 people should be about involved in here, and it's the first time that we've done anything this big. So big event next week, and so come out and bring the kids and get them a tattoo, get their first tattoo before they graduate high school. I'm kidding, don't do that. Kids
Don't do
shouldn't
that. Don't do that.
But yeah, that's so that's what I've got going on. I'll be basically leaving my stream tomorrow and then going right to my military reunion that's happening at a local bar nearby, which
That's cool.
I also provide security for, as a matter of fact, coincidentally. Small town. It's a small town, guys. So yeah, that's what I got going on.
Have fun. That sounds awesome.
Nice.
I see you, Sons in Shadow. You're solid by me too, dude. Both of you guys are. I had fun on their stream talking about Jason, so that was a lot of fun. Toonie, what do you got going on next?
I'm honestly not quite sure. I've, if anything, it'll obviously be the gaming stuff like usual. Although I haven't uploaded in a short while after starting this new job. I'm looking to hopefully get back into it, especially with Spooktober rearing its head. I've started playing I started playing a selection of spooky games. We've got the original Silent Hill and Resident Evil 2. We've got Bioshock 2 remastered, Made of Scare, and what was the fifth game? Amnesia. No, not Rebirth. Amnesia: The Bunker. That was it. But I still actually have to get around to editing those.
All right. For this channel, we will be back on Tuesday for another horror Tuesday. We're going to be talking about The Conjuring: Last Rites. We're going to talk about the overall franchise, but we're going to focus mostly on that movie since I'll be seeing it over the weekend. Prior to that, I will be on Tinfoil Haters. We're going to be talking about Ed and Lorraine Warren and how much of shifty individuals. Let's just say one of them might have had a 16-year-old mistress during the time. So it's they're not all they crack up to be. So tune into that. Leon and I are trying to figure out what to call it because it's kind of like the Conjuring block for Tuesday between the two of us. Thursday, I'm seeing Demon Slayer, so there's no show on Thursday, but we will be back here Friday for episode 5 of season 4. So we will be talking about that. That following week, no show. I'll be in Orlando that week. And then the 24th is the Alien movie tier, where I've got a bunch of people who are going to be tiering some Alien movies. And then, as always, the last Tuesday of the month will be Final Girls. So tune into that. Thank you to my panel. This was great. It's probably the most organized we've been this entire time. Which is fun.
This is the vision.
It is, because it will help, because actually on Halloween we will be streaming the season finale of episode 4, season 4. So that one is over an hour long, so slides and story beats will definitely help us with that one on it. So before we go, I see you all in the chat. Thank you, Rio. Thank you, guys. I wanted to play our favorite song, and then we're going to dip out on it. So give me 1 second.
Chrissy, wake up! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up! Hey, hello? Time to wake up, time to wake up. Can you hear me? Wake up, Chrissy! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up!
Well, that's everything. I hope you all have a great weekend, and until next time, stay spooky, y'all. Bye.